Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. My very special guests this hour have been War Hippies, Scooter Brown, Donnie Reis. Welcome back, guys. We've only got a few more minutes together, but I have to talk about and mention the veterans projects that you're involved in. Can you tell me about Scooter, about your co-founding?
Yeah, yeah. I co-founded an organization with a friend of mine named Paul Bristol, based out of Grand Junction, Colorado, called Base Camp 40 Warriors in the Wild. Started off just as taking combat veterans on hunting and fishing trips and outdoor excursions. Uh, Mainly, that's where I find my peace of mind, is in the woods. Not necessarily about hunting or harvesting anything. It's more about just being in that space and recharging your battery. And then it eventually turned into, from combat veterans to all veterans, and then also now to Gold Star families, and we're introducing some first responders as well. And we've been doing that now for, I want to say we're in 13 or years or so when we started that, and it's been amazing. Just it makes you feel like you're still serving. But Donnie and I are both involved in numerous different organizations, especially in the veteran community, and also in the trafficking and anti-human trafficking world as well.
What made you, again, the calling? You did your service. You could have just gone on to a music career and left that behind, but you haven't. What drives you guys what is the calling that continues to drive you to not only realize your dreams and music and affect and touch other people, but the other work that you do? You're just constantly involved.
Well, I think I think it's who we are as individuals. Like, we want to help. Like, just like with Base Camp 40, the reason why it got started was Paul Bristol had taken me to this place called Mojo Rock that overlooks western Colorado into the LaSalle Mountains into Utah. And it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. And I told him, I said, man, this is the first time since I've been home from Iraq, and this has been years, that I felt completely at peace in my soul. Like, I just could just breathe. And I was like, can you share this with more people? Can you bring more people up here? And he's like, yeah. He manages this huge 3,500 acre ranch up there. And so that's how we started it. And it was like, if this does this for me, then it's got to have the same effect on other people as well. And I want other people that have been through the same situations that we've been through to feel that peace, because sometimes it's hard to find. And if you're holding that to yourself, then you ain't being a very good person.
That's great. Well, thank you. Again, here I come to the question, what do I say to you? But I guess I can just say thank you guys for both your music.
And Donnie's organization is a great organization that he works with as well.
Tell me about it, Donnie.
I work with an organization called SOTA, which is Special Operators Transition Foundation. It was actually founded by my buddy Rob O'Neill years ago, and I work on specifically the Nashville side of it. I do work some with some of the other events and some of the larger scale stuff, but definitely Nashville. And it's an organization in which they transition the special operations community from when they're about to ETS or retire from the military. So anywhere from special aviators, Navy SEALs, Green Berets, MARSOC guys, the Marine Corps, the PJs, and the Air Force, and the seeing who I left out.
I think you got
Rangers. I got the Rangers. What they do is when they're about to ETS or retire, they go through the program. They get executive coaches. They get tied into a massive network of businesses and businesses, companies, corporations. All of those things are the same thing. I just was very redundant in that, and also communities across the country. And we help with making sure that they have as little downtime as possible.
And that's important, right? That activity to keep moving. I mean, it is for everyone, right? Mentally, for your mental awareness, wellness. And
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of these guys, they've been in, for 20, 25 years, and a lot of them started out and, just this little grunt like me, but just kept going. And then, and if, just answered the call on every level possible and have just gone on and on. And they're great leaders, great problem solvers, great members of the community. And they, the less time they have to think about what they're going to do with themselves after coming out of such a stringent lifestyle, it's better.
yeah, I wanted to mention on tomorrow's show, Joe Donaldson, his wife Laura, they created Kilimanjaro Climb for a Cause to support the efforts of Sheepdog Impact Assistance, by giving amputee veterans the opportunity to show the world that they will not be defeated no matter what their circumstances. Joe will be on tomorrow, as well as Jeff Skunk Baxter, Doobie Brothers, and Steely Dan fame will be joining us, and also Sergeant Lance Nutt, CEO and founder of Sheepdog Impact Assistance. So check that show out. That's going to be great. I want to connect you guys all together if I can. I think you guys are all working on some great efforts. Let's talk about, we're out of time, but set the song up for me, if you wouldn't mind. We're going to play a single off of War Hippies' debut album, Make It Out Alive. This is a very special song to you, to both of you, I think. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, it was written based off of a promise that I made God when I was over in Iraq, and I said, God, if I make it out of here alive, kind of what Donnie said at the beginning of the interview, I want to come back home, want to be the best man, best friend, best husband I can be one day, and just be a productive member of society and pursue happiness to the best of my ability, because I was given the opportunity to continue on the fight, and it's to pay homage to our brothers and sisters that died for us to be able to do that. And that's how we're going to live our lives for the rest of our lives.
Okay. Final words, Donnie, any final words?
Well, as far as that song goes, this is a small side note. We were in the studio, and I had never heard that song before, and he was playing it for me, and I turned around and I said, "Whose song is that?" And he said, "It's mine." And I said, "Well, we're going to cut that." And about 6 months into my deployment in Iraq, I had written an email to my since passed father-in-law, and I opened that email up with, "If I make it out of here alive, I want to marry your daughter."
Oh,
And that was 20 years ago. So
both stories give me
very
chills.
special.
Yeah.
Both stories from you guys. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Thanks for the music. Thanks for the time today and those stories. Like I said, they just both gave me chills. And now you're going to get chills out there listening, because we're going to play it for you in its entirety. Guys, do you want to thank anybody before I let you go off into the afternoon sunset?
Man, of course, my wife, Vicky, could not do this business without her. And I'll also thank Donnie's wife, Christy, because she does so much behind the scenes, so we couldn't do War Hippies without her. So, and all of our team, our management, booking, and just thank you to the fans who support us, because without y'all, we don't get to do what we love for a living. Everything is because you guys support what we do, and we're so incredibly grateful for that.
Yeah, 100%.
Thanks, guys. We're looking for a new album this fall, maybe some new music.
Definitely gonna be a lot of stuff coming this fall, I think.
A lot of stuff coming this fall. Yep. All types of things.
Donnie, did you thank your wife officially? I don't know. I cut you off.
Yes, of course I want to thank my wife, Christy.
Yeah.
We've been together for 22 years, believe it or not.
You guys both, men to look up to. Thank you.
Thank you.
And always relationship, music, and in your endeavors. And I hope to see you at FarmJam in Colville, Washington, over the long 3-day weekend, guys. I can't wait to see you Saturday night. All right.
Heck yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Appreciate you having us on.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Listen more and evolve. Have a great day, everybody.